Chevelle Band there with Thrills and Spills. And I bet you there's a lot of thrills and maybe a possible couple of spills if you have too many champers on Valentine's Day.
Indeed. Well, we thought we might get right to the heart of it, and a lady we caught up with last year, some very successful group as well, was Vanessa Lea and Road Train, and Vanessa joins us on the phone again now. G'day, Vanessa. How are you?
Hey, Tracy the Big D. Happy Valentine's Day.
Same to you.
You too. Now you've been out on a double date, have you?
Yes, we're about halfway through. We're having a degustation menu here.
It sounds
so I've
impressive.
had a couple of sherbets, and I'm feeling pretty good at the moment.
Oh, there you go. Now, you did promise you weren't going to wear your red stilettos. What have you got on your feet tonight?
Well, you wouldn't believe this, because I had another outfit completely planned, and I tried it on, and the verdict was it didn't look so good. So I've resorted to my red dress, and guess what I'm wearing?
You are not.
Yes, I wasn't even going to, but you know.
Keep them on your feet.
Hey, that's right, I'll do that.
Now, of course, if the people out there who aren't familiar with the song, you're going to have a listen to it and find out what these ladies are talking about. And let me tell you, I've done nothing wrong. That's all I can say. All right.
You're not in my firing line, mate. You're right.
That's okay. By the sounds of it, you wouldn't want to be in Vanessa Lee's firing line when it comes to a red stiletto.
She's had a couple of sherbets, so she'll be missing you this time. Oh, another segue. How good was that?
I think that was brilliant.
Threw that in there.
Of course, the reason we are speaking about you is your new single, I'm Missing You. And how's it being received at the moment?
Oh, look, it's been fantastic, because it all came out of the Australian Songwriting Awards last year. Like, we didn't have any entries, so we were just going to go as guests, because, you know, we'd entered songs the year before. And a couple of weeks before the awards, we got a phone call, and they said, look, the guys that won the country section need a singer. Would you like to do it? And we're like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. I'd love to. It's not too bad. So then they asked us to record the single. So yeah, it's our latest one, and yeah, just loving the song.
A serendipitous occasion for you.
Sorry?
A serendipitous occasion for you. Nice and fortuitous that it happened that way.
Worked out well, yeah.
Right place at the right time.
That's it. That's what it all comes down to, doesn't it? And so you've gone on and just enjoying your time with Road Train.
Look, we're loving it, mate. We're working on a new album, and we've just done a song today, and finally got it all ready. It's all recorded and ready to go. And so that's about track number 3, and we're just working on trying to get this album out before Christmas. And then we've got a really interesting project coming up next month, because we've got 2 of the boys from, do you remember a quintessential Aussie band called Masters Apprentices?
Oh, I think everyone knows all those. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Doug Ford, the guitar player, and Colin Burgess, the drummer, are going to come up and spend a week with us, and we're going to work on a little sort of project with them and release a 4-track EP.
Nice.
All you got to do is get Jim Keys and Glenn Wheatley, and you've got the whole crew back together.
Well, see, I've got Roger Fames, and he replaced Glenn. He replaced Glenn Wheatley as a bass player.
Well, there you go. You've got it all.
So we got 3/4 of the band, and yeah, we just thought we'd go with a female singer. But, you know, Jim's welcome to join us.
Yeah, well,
he could do it.
We'll let him know.
Yeah.
And, of course, Jim was in ill health, but, of course, he was spending a bit of time last year doing a bit of touring before the passing of the late Darryl Cotton, of course, wasn't he?
Yeah, Cotton, Cheese and Morris. And, oh, look, if you could have caught that, it was a great show. And, I mean, the whole 3 of them, just brilliant entertainers and brilliant musicians. And, yeah, absolutely.
Now, a lot of people say, like, because you're songwriting now, or you've already written the songs for the album, and you're just getting them down.
Yeah, that's right. We've done a couple of co-writes this time too. Because the first couple of albums we did were, you know, largely our stuff. We did a little bit of co-writing, but this one's going to be a little bit more eclectic.
That sounds intriguing. I think probably not to the Northern Rivers area there is probably open to the roots sound and something a little bit more eclectic, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, like, with Doug's influence, because, like, the Masters Apprentice were a little bit more blues-based, so I really love that blues, country, like, bluegrass kind of sound, so that's what we're kind of aiming for, I think, on the new album.
And you're covering a few miles in your trip from Coffs Harbour, Port Macquarie, up to Lismore, across to Inverell. There's a few miles being covered with your touring.
Yeah, mate, we love to get around, like, we just came back from the Tamworth Festival and we had a cracker year this year. Like, we were working in different pubs than normal and the courthouse, and it went off. We had really good crowds and just had a great time at the festival. And I think it's really important to get around to different towns, and especially when you're an original band, and get that music out there and meet the people. You know, meet the people that are buying your stuff, and nothing better than to meet the people. And we did a lot of that this year, so it's great.
And with community radio and the ABC, of course, being the driving force behind country music in this country, it really is those regional centres that is where you have to be, isn't it?
Absolutely. Look, it means everything. Like, there's nothing nicer to me. There's nothing better to me being a performer than going out and singing a song and looking out into the audience and seeing people that sing along because they know the music. They've either heard it on the radio or they've bought the CDs and they know the stuff, and there's no better feeling for me.
And Vanessa, we've, I suppose probably about the last quarter of the year last year, we were really pushing the fact that people have to, like, if you like a song that you hear on the radio, that the album has got so many surprises on, it doesn't matter which artist, but, you know, like, you'll listen and think, oh, yeah, they're not bad, you know, and you'll pick up an album, and in there is an absolute perler to each different person, because everyone has their own, you know, likes and dislikes. And we were sort of saying, you know, get out and buy albums. So we found a lot of people have been buying more albums lately, but it doesn't end there, does it? You've got some tracks on CMC, so we need them to be requesting those to keep the momentum going, don't we?
Oh, we absolutely do. I mean, it's so important too. And I mean, especially independent artists, because it's really hard for us. You know, we don't have a lot of funding. We don't have a record company behind us. So, you know, for those of us that are trying to make a go of it, like, it's so important that, yeah, if you like what you hear, get out there and buy it. Like, there's plenty of artists that I hear, and I think I love that stuff. And rather than just go and download it, like, I want to buy the CD because I appreciate the artwork, and I want to read all about the finer details, like where was it recorded, where was it mastered, and it's all very interesting, you know. And it doesn't really cost that much, does it?
No,
really?
It doesn't. And the thing is, we've seen, not that we're that old, like the old reel-to-reels, but we've seen, you know, like the 16 trackers, we've seen the CDs, we've seen the not CDs, cassettes, we've seen the records, and they've all gone, they're all going. And if we don't buy the albums, as you said, people are just going to download.
Yeah, my mother told me about all of those.
But we could lose, as you're saying, like, we've lost the albums, so we've lost the big, you know, the records, so we've lost the album covers there, and a lot of people are really trying to put their album covers on the CD covers, and we lose them to downloads.
Yeah, look, I really, you know, I mean, the modern world's so great with its technology, but honestly, there's nothing better than buying your own CD or, back in the day, have a cassette, you know, and having that copy in front of you, and you could flip it open and look at all the artwork and the photography, because people do spend a lot of money on the artwork, and there's some beautiful stuff going on that you've missed. And look, just download it.
And as you were just saying before, you know, like, your EP, the names that you've got in the actual backing band and that are co-singing and all that sort of stuff, people don't know that. They just see, oh, Vanessa Lea, they just see, oh, Vanessa Lea, but when they open up that album cover and they look and they go, oh, wow, and such is there, and such is, you know, very interesting.
Yeah, that's right. There's some names on there, and we did get ours mastered with Grant Porter, because we know the quality that's going to come out of that studio, and we're very impressed with the work they did, you know.
Oh, you're just an old rocker. Here you go. You've got ex-Sherbet, ex-Masters Apprentices. You're just a rocker, Vanessa Lea. You are just a rocker.
Well, you know, I love my country, but I love my rock too. What can I say?
Well, we're talking about missing the CDs, the records, the record covers. But I'll tell you what we're not missing is the great sound that Aussie artists are putting out. And here is Vanessa Lea and Road Train's brand new song, I'm Missing You. It's been great to catch up with you. Enjoy the rest of your night out, your Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you and whoever you're with. and have a great time for the rest of the night, Vanessa Lea, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks so much, Tracy the Big D, and big happy Valentine's Day to you and all the listeners too. Thanks so much.
Same to you, mate.